You're watching Bet Republic TV with me, James Eastham, and Steve Claridge. And the next game we're looking at is the Merseyside derby at Anfield between Liverpool and Everton. And two sides here who might be in slightly better form than you imagine. Liverpool had so much stick this season, but they're actually unbeaten now in their last 6 league games. Everton haven't lost in the league since they were beaten by Liverpool in the first meeting between these two teams back in November. That's 9 unbeaten for Everton in the league now, which might surprise a few people, Steve. If
I'm not sure how many games both these have won in that time, but as you say, they're both best runs of the season for both of them.
And they've kind of been under the radar a little bit, haven't
they?
they?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, whether it's a little bit... I mean, that's because they probably haven't won all 6, have they? You know what I mean? It's been a combination of draws and wins, but no, you still get the feeling that don't know how much of the season's already gone. You know, whether it's... I'm not saying it's too little too late, because there's obviously an awful lot for Liverpool still to play for, top 4 in the Europa Cup. With regard to Everton, I mean, they're going to have to put some run together, aren't they, if they're going to get a European spot, because that is all that's left to them. Yeah,
they're a long way behind there. Looking at the top 4 market, Liverpool are 15-8 to get into it. They have been bigger this season, but given the way they're playing at the moment, that's probably going to go smaller, I would imagine, at some point. Looking at the match odds on the game...
Can't trust them though, James, can you? That's the thing.
What would you do with that price? Just ignore it completely?
Yeah.
You wouldn't get involved?
I wouldn't get involved in Liverpool at all in that respect, because there's just... We've seen so many curveballs, and you know they're not that bad a side, you know, even without Gerrard and Torres. But you just don't know what the manager's going to do. If he doesn't set them up right, then you know, as I say, they could go on another winless streak. But let's see, it's certainly not a forlorn task for them to get top 4. But, they certainly shouldn't be in this position that they're in, should they?
No, I wouldn't touch it either. I don't think. City are favourites in that market behind the big 3. They're 19-20. Looking at the prices on the match, Liverpool are 5-6 to win the game. Everton are available at 7-2, and the draw is available at 12-5. Liverpool, Steve, have won 7 of the last 10 derbies in the league, home and away. 5-6 on Liverpool at home, would that be something you consider on the game?
It's one of those, James, where everything appeals, doesn't it? Sometimes nothing appeals on the straights, and I think from whatever way you look at it, everything will appeal, because certainly Everton at 7-2 isn't bad value. Liverpool at home, decent home record this year. 5-6, many people will take that, and a lot of people say two good teams in form.
Play for the draw.
Absolutely no reason why this game won't finish level. So I don't think there's anything on those straights. I mean, sometimes you go touch them, but I think if whatever camp you're in, you could look at that and say, well, everything appeals.
Yeah, well, you could make a case for all 3, but we left it alone in the end because we couldn't pick one of the 3 to bet on. Instead, we're going on goals betting on this match. Our first bet is on both teams to score. That's available at 10-11. We feel that with both teams in good form, they can both get on the score sheet here. And Everton,
they both need to win this, James, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And
also, draw or a defeat, obviously a defeat, but a draw is no good to either of these. Yeah. You know, they both really do need to get stuck.
And Everton will probably think they can win it, won't they? They'll go there.
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, as you say, I mean, these derbies when they're so close, I mean, that home advantage somewhat goes out the window a little bit, doesn't it? So yeah, I mean, Everton, as you say, if Everton want to try and sneak a Europa Cup spot or whatever, they're going to need a decent run, and they're going to probably feel they need to win this one. They're not in any relegation problems. They're not going to get relegated. So this will be a game where both teams, you would imagine, will go straight for the throat.
Why not? Nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
That also leads into our second bet, which is on a late goal in the game. We do think it will be close. Both teams going for it. Those situations tend to lead to a late goal. You can bet on the last goal of the game coming from the 75th minute or later, and that's available at a price of 10-11.